Less than 4 hours from the Valley, another mass shooting. This one at a church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, just outside of San Antonio.
She came running in and said, somebody's shooting out here. It sounds like a lot.
Emotions are high. Families are in tears, waiting to see if their loved ones are safe.
I'm sorry.
It's sad. It's really sad. It breaks my heart.
More than 20 people dead, others injured, victims being loaded into helicopters.
Anyone in that church that died, we know that they're in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ right now.
The gunman shot dead. Tonight, we have a reporter on the scene gathering the latest information for you, plus new reaction from folks attending Mass at the Basilica in San Juan. All this and more as Channel 5 News This Weekend starts right now.
From the Valley's News Channel, this is Channel 5 News This Weekend.
And tonight we begin with developing news. A community near San Antonio in mourning tonight after a gunman opened fire, leaving at least 26 people dead and others hurt. As investigators work to piece together exactly what happened, the community is searching for answers. Channel 5's Leslie Aguilar arrived in Sutherland Springs just a few hours ago, and she joins us live now from the scene. Leslie.
Right now, the First Baptist Church here in Sutherland Springs is blocked off while investigators continue to comb through the crime scene. We know at least 26 people are confirmed dead, and the victims range in age from 5 to 72 years old. Dozens more are injured. The shooter, we know, is a 26-year-old white man from New Braunfels. Authorities found him dead in his crashed vehicle in Lavernia, a town not far from here. Authorities say a citizen who was close to the church at the time of the shooting shot at the gunman with his own rifle. That citizen and another citizen then chased the shooter down the road. Authorities have not said who killed the shooter. They have also not released any potential motive for this shooting. I can tell you tonight there is a strong sense of unity in this small town. Under any other circumstances, Sutherland Springs would be peaceful and quiet on a Sunday night. Tonight, though, more than 100 gathered in front of the town's Baptist church. Governor Greg Abbott among the crowd, consoling people from the community.
To pay our respects to everyone who got hurt and everyone who died tonight.
26 people are dead and even more still fighting for their lives, like this man's high school classmate.
He got hurt and he's in surgery right now, but I think he's going to pull through, and we're praying for that.
It's unclear why this happened. So many questions remain.
My kids say like their band directors goes to that church. They have friends that go to that church, but we don't know if they were actually victims of what happened today.
While authorities continue their investigation at the church and beyond, the community stands together in tears and disbelief.
This is our little country church. You know, this is the country where nothing happens.
All praying for healing and waiting for answers. I'm told the pastor of the First Baptist Church and his wife were both out of town when the shooting happened, but their 14-year-old daughter was killed. Another woman at the vigil tonight told me she knows a man who lost all 8 of his family members. The Texas Rangers are leading this investigation with the help of the Wilson and Guadalupe County Sheriff's Offices, as well as the FBI and the ATF. Governor Abbott has ordered flags fly half-staff in honor of the victims, at least until Thursday. Reporting live in Sutherland Springs, Leslie Aguilar, Channel 5 News This Weekend.
And as Leslie told us, the suspect was chased by an armed man with his rifle. That resident enlisted the help of another local man to catch the suspect.
He said we needed to pursue him, that he just shot up the church.
It's unclear who killed the suspect, Devin P. Kelly. We're also learning Kelly previously served in the Air Force. An Air Force spokesperson says Kelly received a bad conduct discharge. President Trump weighing in on the shooting. The president spoke about the attack while on his trip to Asia.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and families of today's horrible and murderous attack. This act of evil occurred as the victims and their families were in their place of sacred worship.
Trump says his administration will provide its full support to Texas and local authorities investigating the shooting. The president adds he will monitor the investigation during his trip. And tonight, Valley residents are reacting to the deadly church shooting. Channel 5's Lauren Kendrick went to the Basilica in San Juan, where she met a man who's praying for the victims.
At least 26 people are dead after a man walked into a Baptist church Sunday morning in a small town near San Antonio. We talked to people at the Basilica in San Juan to get their thoughts. Luis Vasquez says it seems more and more places are not safe, including churches.
It's pretty hard everywhere in the world. There are not that many safe places. You're supposed to go to church to take comfort in God or pray, and these people are attacking everywhere.
He says he feels the churches here in the valley are safe. Vasquez says he came to the Basilica to pray for the victims of today's shooting.
For people that died and families affected, I hope they recover soon from this and keep praying for them.
Vasquez says he will continue to pray for everyone. Reporting in the studio, Lauren Kendrick, Channel 5 News, This Weekend.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Good evening, everyone. It was a very warm Sunday afternoon. We hit some new record highs this afternoon in Weslaco, as well as Brownsville and McAllen. Record high of 93 today in Weslaco and 95 in McAllen. Right now, the temperatures are in the low to mid 70s. The winds have come down a bit now to the south to southeast between 8 to 12 miles an hour. So it is going to be mild but muggy for tonight. Low temperatures into the lower 70s by tomorrow morning. There is a slight chance for some patchy fog tomorrow morning, but warm and breezy once again as the highs are back in the lower 90s for tomorrow afternoon. However, a cool front is on the way this week. Midweek, we'll talk about that in just a bit. Back to you, Taylor.
And 3 people are in custody after police pursuit this afternoon. This is video from where the chase ended on El Gato and Rio Grande and Alamo. DPS Lieutenant Johnny Hernandez says 3 suspects were taken into custody and released to Penitas PD. The driver will be charged with burglary of a vehicle and evading arrest with a motor vehicle. The 2 passengers will be charged with burglary of a vehicle and destruction and tampering with evidence. Still ahead, 3 officers jump into action to save a woman from a burning vehicle. The video you'll have to see when we return.
Breaking news, breaking stories. This is Channel 5 News with Taylor Winkle. First Warn 5 weather with meteorologist Andrew Chung. And sports with Brandon Ortega. This is Channel 5 News This Weekend.
Caught on camera, you're looking at video of 3 officers saving a woman from a burning car. Now, this happened back in September in Grand Prairie, Texas. A woman crashed her vehicle and hit a gas line and a telephone pole. The driver's side door wouldn't open because of damage sustained in that crash. The officers were able to pull the unconscious woman out of the window. They're now honored for their hard work.
And it's time for a look at traffic. We'll start off in the Brownsville area, and right now we are seeing a delay on 69E northbound after the National Crossing. Otherwise, 69E north and southbound looking good in the Brownsville area. In the McAllen area, right now things are looking pretty smooth on I-2, both eastbound and westbound, as well as 69C and the Far Interchange. Here are some drive times. It'll take you 25 minutes from Brownsville to Harlingen, 31 from McAllen to Harlingen, and 19 minutes from Raymondville to Harlingen. If you have an accident report, please call us at 956-968-5555 and be safe out there. Here are today's numbers. Record high today in Weslaco of 93. That beats the old record of 92 back in 1947. Low this morning was 72. Normals are 83 and 61. But a cool down is on the way later on this week. We'll take a look at that next.
And now, First Warn 5 weather with meteorologist Andrew Chung.
Good Sunday evening, everyone. We had a very warm Sunday afternoon with record highs set in McAllen, in Weslaco, and Brownsville. 92 in Brownsville, 93 in Weslaco, 95 in McAllen. Not a record in Harlingen, but still very warm at 92 degrees. We'll have more warm weather for tomorrow and Tuesday before a cool front finally arrives in the valley. The temperatures right now are mostly in the low to mid 70s. It is going to be a mild night, and the winds have come down just a bit. They're out of the south to south southeast between 8 to 12 miles an hour. There is a very slight chance for some patchy fog at 8 o'clock in the morning with temperatures in the mid-70s, partly cloudy skies early on. Otherwise, it should be mostly sunny, just warm and breezy with temperatures in the upper 80s at noon and mid-80s at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Elsewhere right now, look at the difference ahead of the front, behind the front. Behind the front, it is only 48 degrees in Amarillo. Ahead of it, very warm right now in Houston, 77 degrees, 73 in San Antonio and Austin, 77 in Dallas-Fort Worth. Out west, 74 in Midland and 67 degrees in El Paso. That front right now draped over the Texas Panhandle just north of Dallas-Fort Worth. It'll slowly slide to the south tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So until then, we have to deal with a couple of more days of this warm, humid, and breezy weather. There it is on the map. This is Future Track, and the front continues to move southward. And that front now should arrive here in the valley, you would think, by late in the day on Wednesday. We're going to put in a slight chance, a 20% chance of some showers on Wednesday. Behind the front, there is a 30% chance of some showers, and the clouds come back into the forecast for Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday. So it's going to be cooler, cloudy, and there is a chance for some showers during the day on Thursday and Friday. Big difference from the first half of the week, with high temperatures only reaching the lower 70s by Thursday. Nice change, though, from the very warm weather we're having, and then the temperatures rebound just in time for next weekend. On the water, small craft should use caution. On the Gulf waters, we'll have winds out of the south at 15 to 20 knots. The bay waters are moderate chop. Your next tide is a low tide at 9:40 in the morning, and the seas will be 2 to 5 feet. So for tonight, we'll call just a few clouds in the forecast, maybe a slight chance for some patchy overnight fog with a low temperature of 71 degrees. Then for tomorrow, 92 is a magic number. Some clouds in the morning, but mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. And here's that 7-day forecast. The high temperatures for the first half of the week, well above normal. 92 tomorrow, 91 Tuesday, 87 Wednesday. We put in a 20% chance of some showers in the forecast for Wednesday. We're down to 61 degrees behind the front by Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Then it's cloudy and cooler for your Thursday and Friday. A high of only 72 at this point for Thursday, with a 30% chance of some light rain or drizzle. Clouds stay socked, and for most of Friday, look at that, down to 60 degrees by Friday morning. So you want the sweaters or jackets before school in the morning for the kids. 77 degrees Friday in the afternoon, mostly sunny and warmer for Veterans Day Saturday, with high temperatures in the lower 80s, and then highs are in the mid 80s for next Sunday, also with mostly sunny skies. So temperatures are well below normal for Thursday and for Friday, but they rebound just in time for next weekend. We're back in the 80s. The morning lows are still cool for next weekend. They should be in the mid 60s for Veterans Day morning as well as Sunday morning. That's your First Warn 5 forecast. Now here's Brandon with a look at sports.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Coming up, Cowboys win, Texans lose. NFL highlights coming up. Plus, another week of high school football in the books. Our pumped up highlights coming up. Keep it right here on Channel 5 News this weekend.
And now sports with Brandon Ortega.
How you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend. Not long ago, the Cowboys were struggling. At one point, lost 3 of 4, but now they're moving up the charts. Back-to-back wins entering today. We head to Arlington. It was the Cowboys hosting the Chiefs. Kansas City tied for the best record in the NFL. We pick it up final seconds of the second quarter. Dak Prescott almost goes down, but he ends up with a 10-yard touchdown, and Dallas goes up 14-3, 13 seconds left in the second. They thought that was it for halftime, but check it out. Final ticks, time had expired, and Tyreek Hill takes it 56 yards to the house. Chiefs cut into the lead by halftime, eventually take the lead in the third, and then Cowboys respond. Ezekiel Elliott rumbles in from 2 yards out. Dallas ends the game with a 14-0 run, and they go on to win 28-17. Big win today, third in a row now. Cowboys 5-3. Next Sunday, they're on the road with the Falcons. Texans hosting the Colts. Deshaun Watson out for the season. How would the Texans respond without him? First quarter, no score. Jacoby Brissett deep to T.Y. Hilton, and the Colts get on the board first, 7-0. Texans offense was struggling in the first half, so no points in the second. Defense starts to chime in. Eddie Pleasant to the rescue, knocks the ball out. Lamar Houston takes care of the rest. 44 yards to the house. Texans defense getting them on the board, and that made it 10-7 at the half. Houston couldn't believe it. What a play right there. Fast forward, fourth quarter, Colts up 27. Savage finally gets going, hooks up with DeAndre Hopkins, becomes the first Texan ever with a touchdown in 5 straight games. We move on. Final seconds now. Last chance for the Texans, down by 6. Savage fumbles, sacked, ball game. Colts defense coming up big in that last play. Texans lose a heartbreaker 20-14. They're now 3-5 on the season. NBA tonight, Spurs beat the Suns 112-95. San Antonio takes on the Clippers Tuesday night. Rockets 137-110 over the Jazz. Houston back in action Thursday with the Cavs. To high school volleyball, 3 Valley teams moving on to the regional round, all 3 advancing on Saturday. Let's recap the action. First, it was Rowe sweeping San Benito. They are headed back to round 3 for the first time since 2015. Jackie Alanice was on fire yesterday. Game high 34 kills, 35 digs, and then their crosstown rival from 36A, McCown Memorial, they beat PSJA Memorial 3-1. Jocelyn Everidge was a beast, 26 kills for the Mustangs as they reach the regional round for the 3rd year in a row. Santa Maria made it 3 Valley teams going 3 rounds deep. Let's take a look at the regional round schedule. Rowe, Laredo United, Monday, 7 p.m. in Alice. McCown Memorial, Alexander, Tuesday in Roma. Santa Maria and Freer, Tuesday at 7 in Kingsville. High school football, Los Fresnos punching their playoff ticket yesterday. The Falcons had to outlast Rivera 28-14 at Sam Stadium. They lock up the final playoff ticket in District 32-6A. The Falcons joining San Benito, Hanna, and Weslaco East in the postseason. Staying with high school football, tons of great moments from Week 10. Let's take a look back now. Tonight, the Velacheer squad helps kicks things off.
We are the SaberCat cheerleaders, and it's time to get pumped up!
Regular season wraps up this week, then it's time for the playoffs.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Brandon. Well, it's been 2 years since a massive storm led to flooding in the valley. People in some Hidalgo County neighborhoods say they're still struggling. We hear from one resident on the issues he's facing tonight on Channel 5 News Sunday at 10:30. Once again, 2 schools battled it out in today's Masterminds.
The presence of coal deposits signifies that the area was once what? Tropical or swampy, covered with ice, submerged in the ocean, a desert floor, or part of a mountain range.
Okay, so the presence of coal deposits says the area was once, I'm going to have to go with, well, we know how coal is made. It's made in standing water.
Yeah.
So probably ocean.
Ocean. Yeah, ocean.
So it's tropical or swampy, covered with ice, submerged in the ocean, a desert floor, or part of a mountain.
I'd say submerged in the ocean.
Yeah, ocean.
I'd have to go with ocean too. Ocean, final answer.
The presence of coal deposits signifies that the area was once what? Tropical or swampy, covered with ice, submerged in the ocean, a desert floor, or part of a mountain range. That's LaFerrier Nick.
Tropical or swampy?
That's correct.
What? Oh my gosh. How did we lose that one?
Streak ended.
I guess swampy would be standing water, so that does make sense.
Tricky.
All right, this time LaFerrier beat Raymondville Early College by a score of 340 to 60, and as always, $100 is donated to each school for library resources. Masterminds airs Sundays at 11 a.m. right here on Channel 5 and is hosted by our very own Tim Smith. We'll be right back.